This is Mystery Babylon Unveiled, Lucifer the Queen of Heaven, Chapter 4, The Wise Woman and the Foolish Woman. From here, we will discuss who the serpent is. It is her seed that is destined to wage war against the seed of the righteous woman. Yes, there is a seed war happening in the earth throughout history, and it is a war between the spiritual children of two women. If you have never noticed, throughout the Bible, there is a theme of a competition between two women. One of these women is righteous or wise. She represents Eve. Eve's children are the righteous seed of Israel and the Gentiles who are grafted in. The Bible tells us that the dragon made war with the remnant of her seed, who kept the commandments of Yahweh, God, and the testimony of Yahweh Shai, Jesus Christ. We see this woman in Revelation 12. The other woman being compared is foolish, wicked, and whorish. She is said to be an evil adulteress in the book of Proverbs. I will refer to her as Babylon. Scrolling down. This wicked woman has her own children whom God himself promises to kill. We see her in Revelation chapter 17. Proverbs 14:1 says, "Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands." Proverbs 7:4-5 reads, "Say unto wisdom, Thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words." There is more to say on the strange woman, whom I shall deal with later in this book. In Matthew 25:1-4, Jesus Christ makes a comparison between wise virgins and foolish virgins. It reads, "Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps." Matthew 25:1-4. A lamp gives light and represents the commandments of God. Scrolling down. We have in this parable given by Jesus Christ an example of 2 types of people, those who act on their faith and those who are hearers of the word only. Those who acted on their faith and were obedient to the Father were ready when the bridegroom came. The foolish had no faith to act on and did not make it into the wedding. As demonstrated with Rebekah, the 2 warring seed lines can come from the same womb, proving that it's spiritual. It is a spiritual seed. "And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels." Genesis 25:23. Even though Rebekah was a wise woman herself, her son Esau was spiritually a son of the foolish woman, a seed of the serpent. Jacob, on the other hand, continued in the faith of his fathers, as God said, according to Romans 9:13, "Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated." In Genesis chapter 3:15, God proclaims to the serpent, "I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." Some have claimed that women have no seed, but the Bible indicates the opposite in numerous places. The Hebrew word translated as seed is zerah, Strong's H2233. In the context of Genesis 3:15, it means offspring. I'll give you a few examples of zerah, H2233, being used with women. Scrolling down. "And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth. For God, said she, hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew." Genesis 4:25. "And they blessed Rebekah, and said unto her, Thou art our sister. Be thou the mother of thousands of millions, and let thy seed possess the gates of those which hate them. Genesis 24:60. And the angel of the Lord said unto Hagar, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for multitude. Genesis 16:10. There are more examples of the Bible telling us that women have seed or offspring, but enough has already been shown to prove the point. As part of the war against the serpent seed, in numerous places in the Bible, God has promised to kill Babylon's children. In Genesis 47:8, Babylon says in her heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. I want to scroll down. God promises her in Isaiah 47:9 that the loss of children will come upon her. Jesus Christ says in Revelation 2:23, I will kill her children with death, and all the churches shall know that I am he which searcheth the reins and hearts. I understand that people have become comfortable with the idea that this seed battle is between a male and a female, but the truth has been revealed, and it has been hidden in plain sight for years. For example, in medieval art, the serpent in Eden was often depicted as being female. People's opinions on the possible reason for this depiction range from the serpent representing Lilith to, scrolling down, the serpent being a reflection of Eve, as part of some patriarchal or misogynistic demonization of women. But I believe that depicting the serpent as female in art was merely a way that the truth could be put out in the open by those who knew the truth, while they upheld the sanctioned doctrine that the serpent was a male for public consumption. The truth about what happened in the Garden of Eden is that the serpent approached Eve, not Adam, because she was another woman. She wanted to make Eve corrupt like herself. And this image, let me zoom out, is from the Notre Dame Cathedral. It is an image of Adam and Eve and the serpent, and it is at the foot of the Virgin Mary statue, again at the Notre Dame Cathedral. And this next image is an image of the spirit of the goddess of America, I'm sorry. This is the sculptor Pompeo Copini, and with Columbia, the name of the statue is Columbia, the goddess of America. So that was chapter 4. The next chapter would be chapter 5, the Queen of the Power of the Air. Mystery Babylon Unveiled, Lucifer the Queen of Heaven, brings to light Bible scriptures which prove that the one known as Satan, the devil, and Lucifer is in fact a woman. It reveals how she is identified in the Bible as the Queen of Heaven and the great whore of Babylon. This book also brings forth incontrovertible historic evidence confirming that Lucifer was worshipped in the earliest recorded history as the Great Mother Goddess, and that she is still worshipped as such within the halls of secret societies today. Discover where the world's worship of the goddess began and where it is hidden within the pages of this book. Mystery Babylon Unveiled, Lucifer the Queen of Heaven is available in paperback and ebook at all online sellers. If your local bookstore or library doesn't carry this book, please request it. By doing so, you will help get the book onto more shelves. Mystery Babylon Unveiled, Lucifer the Queen of Heaven contains essential knowledge that all Christians should take hold of. It is an insightful and profound revealing of one of the greatest mysteries in the world,